Hello, and welcome to Life of a Boss, the podcast, hosted by entrepreneur, public speaker, and mentor, Jason Hardin. This podcast is all about helping audiences create and reach their own definition of success through positive thinking, perseverance, and personal development. Having survived extreme obstacles from an early age, such as cancer, poverty, abuse, family dysfunction, and even homelessness, Jason has learned how to master the art of resilience and defy all odds to become the boss he is today. So, get ready for some serious game and remember to keep an open mind. Now, without further delay, here is your host, Jason Hardin.
Well, thank you so much. I am excited to be here for another wonderful episode of Life of a Boss, the podcast. The podcast where we're all about helping you create and live your own definition of success through perseverance, positive thinking, and above all else, personal development, because it all starts with self. Straight up. Anyways, today I'm super excited because we have a wonderful guest. She is an incredible friend and just amazing at whatever she puts her mind to and whatever she decides to do. She is a mom, she is a wife, she is an entrepreneur, she is part owner or basically co-owner of Onyx Cleaning Solutions as well as Emotions Premium Photo Booth Services, and she is the fastest rising real estate agent I know right now. She just got her office in Beverly Hills, she's moving up faster, and she's only been doing this for 21 months. You guys, I literally just remember her stating, yeah, I just got my real estate license. It felt like a couple months ago. And to see her rack up all these accomplishments, all these achievements in so little time, it's not surprising, but it's still incredible. And that woman is Letrice Barge. How you doing, Mrs. Barge?
I'm doing well, Jason. Thank you so much. That was such a nice introduction. But I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for asking. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
Well, thank you for being here. And I'm just glad that you can make time in your busy schedule with all you do to even touch the studio and help us out and help our audience, live and create their definition of success, because that's why you're on the show. Like, you are a straight up boss in my eyes, and I'm pretty sure that anybody looking at you, and I admire that. I'm inspired by that, and I know that you have a lot to give on top of what you do, and today I just wanted to help tap into that, and I know some of those things that you do effortlessly and that you think effortlessly can be some real jewels to some of our listeners as well as me. So that's why I thank you for being here first and foremost.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Well, it's good. Now let's start the drilling. Let's kill that excitement off. No, I'm just kidding.
I know, right?
But, you do so much. And first, I wanted to start with these questions that I had, but I want to jump straight to what I'm interested to know, because I think this will help our audience a lot, and that's like the real estate thing. How you just incredibly fast. In an incredibly fast way, you've done so much, and I know how hard sales is to some people, and I know how hard it is to sell small things to some people, but to get off houses the way you have in the last 21 months, I'm so, like I had to start here, because just those results. What is the mindset? First of all, because that's where it starts. I think success starts with the mindset. So what is the mindset that you take out there to close these deals and to succeed in this business the way you have in such a short time?
Honestly, you know what, Jason? I think that the mindset that I have is always coming from contribution. I got into real estate with the mindset that this was something that I'm called to do. It's been on my heart for probably about 10 years. And I was a part-time assistant for this small startup, and they were a brother and sister team. They were real estate agents. The sister did real estate residential sales, and the brother did the property management side of things. Mm-hmm. And I watched these two just kind of move about, and I thought, wow, I want to do this one day for myself. But, maybe my limiting beliefs at the time and just not the know-how perhaps that just wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of put it on the back burner, if you will. And after continuing to work in corporate America, I decided, you know what, I'm going to bet on me. I'm going to go all in. And I'm going to become a real estate agent. When my husband and I purchased our first home, we didn't have a real estate agent representing us in the transaction. We bought a new house. We used the builder's agent. And there were a lot of things that were kind of missed. We didn't get questions answered that probably should have been answered in hindsight. I look back and say, I wish we would have had someone represent our best interest. We didn't have that. And so I knew then that, okay, this is something that I want to do. I want to be a resource for my clients, and I want to be the best possible agent I can be. So I really immersed myself into, just real estate in general, reading all the books I could. I read the MREA book, which is written by Gary Keller. It's the Millionaire Real Estate Agent handbook, really. And I knew that I was going to join Keller Williams because they're the #1 training company across all sectors. And I immersed myself in the culture, and really from the jump, I decided to come from contribution, because for me, it's about service. It's about serving my clients' needs.
So your success really came from what you're saying, from an attitude of giving and of bringing value.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you always have to bring value whenever there's something about really coming from a place of giving and wanting to bring value, and at some point eventually it generates income. So I really focused on learning as much as I could and coming from contribution, and then eventually it really kind of propelled my career, if you will. Last year, I was able to assist 2 families with purchasing their home, and I assisted about 8 families with leasing their home.
Wow.
And this year, I've been really fortunate to assist close 19 escrows, and I have 6 currently pending.
Okay. I'm not in the real estate game. But that sounds like a hell of a lot of closures for somebody that's been in this game 21 months. Not to mention the 6 on the hook. For our audience and for me, is that a lot? And is that almost uncommonly a lot? You tell me.
Well, I guess so. That's what I've been told. So if you were to Google how many houses the average agent in the state of California sells, they say usually between 4, maybe 10.
Those are high performers, huh?
The
10,
sell lots of units, lots of homes a year. But for a new agent, I guess I'm still considered a rookie because I'm still within the industry within 24 months. So
yeah.
It's being a rookie.
Wow.
It is pretty uncommon to see someone sell that many houses in that amount of time. But, I think it's just, again, coming from contribution, coming from service, and really, I'm super enthusiastic about helping my clients get into homes. So I'm extremely passionate about it. I want to see home ownership increase, and I want to help people realize a dream, because a lot of people think you have to have a lot of money to make it happen, and that's not always the case.
But you know what? That's incredible. And I wanted to say something towards your attitude of giving and why you do it. And it's incredible that drives you, especially with real estate being very, very money driven, and very, I guess, cutthroat, as in any other industry where you're dealing with high commissions, you're dealing with territories, you're dealing with, things that you can't really reproduce. It's not making any more land. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I can imagine what some of the marketplace produces in regards to agents out there and how the agency works. How do you overcome those challenges, not just as a rookie, but even like you're overcoming these challenges as a rookie, and I know the things that you can say could help people that's been in the game 10, 15, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Because I can imagine that there's people that's been in the game that long who have not performed like you. And I'm not knocking them, but I'm just saying that, like you say, your numbers are uncommon. And one thing I love about that and about your attitude is that you said you have to ask somebody else if they're uncommon. And that just means that you operate at that level, and that's your normal. That's your base. Like, you operate on a level of a different standard, and I so appreciate that. You're not comparing yourself to others. You're not looking at those numbers as something I gotta beat, I gotta pass. I'm gonna just do me, and doing me is gonna speak for itself, and it shows in the numbers. And I just so appreciate that attitude, and I love that our audience can tap into some of that, because it does come from an absolute spirit of giving, and not just the act, but the spirit. You know what I'm saying? I do think that you have a very giving spirit. You know what I'm saying? And I see it in all you do, and it shows in the results of what you do, and I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I do think we have to come. I mean, I believe that we're here to serve. And I believe once we figure out what our lane is, what we're purposed to do, and we begin to operate in that, then I believe that we receive favor and that God opens up doors. Some people will say, you can manifest the life you want. Others will say you just have to have faith, and faith without works is dead. So I guess it really just depends on what your perspective is. But at the end of the day, what it really boils down to is what you're purposed to do.
Absolutely.
Once you identify what that is, and you're able to really walk in that and own it 100%, then the doors that open up and the way that things align are truly amazing. And I think that that's really what's happened in my situation. I've been really fortunate to meet some great people, work with some really great clients, and I'm just scratching the surface of this industry, and I'm super excited because there's so much more to accomplish.
Oh, of course. And that being said, have you reached your definition of success, or what is your definition of success?
Oh, that's
because from the outside looking in, you've reached it, and I know there's still so much ahead of you, but for me, like, wow, like, you've done this quick, like, okay, you can cap off right where you're at now and still be great. I'm just going to say that, and that is nowhere near in your spirit. That is nowhere near the person you are to just like, okay, this is what I'm going to do every 21 months. I could just see you trying to amp it up, doing whatever you can to get better and increase those numbers. And not just, like you say, for the monetary value, but because it's who you are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, okay, in all that you do, how do you juggle two businesses, being a top performing real estate agent and a family? You're still a mom, you're still a wife. I know the obligations and the challenges. I can only imagine. I can't say I know because I don't have a wife or children right now, but I can only imagine. And I leverage the fact that I don't have them. I'm not gonna bullshit you. Believe me, I wear my time thin. And my resources very thin because I don't have to buy diapers. I don't have to spend on food. I can go without eating for a couple of days if my finances ain't right. But your children got to eat. It's abuse if they don't eat for a couple of days. For you, it's struggling. It's okay, but for them, it's abuse. So you can't do that.
Yeah, no, you really can't.
So how do you juggle it?
Honestly, first and foremost, I would have to say my husband gives me ultimate support. He has been extremely supportive in every endeavor. When I come to him with an idea or a new project or something I want to do, he's like, okay, I see the look in your eyes. What is it now? And he's really just pivoted into a position of supporting everything that I want to do. And without him, I wouldn't be able to really juggle everything that I have on my plate.
I love
because
it.
Obviously running more than one business requires time, energy, and effort. And we also have to make sure that the house is staying afloat and the kids getting the soccer and school activities and things of that nature. So he's really been a godsend, to be honest with you. So I think that I would have to say we are a team. And so in order for me to be successful in my business endeavors, he's really just been extremely supportive. So I have him to thank for that. And then honestly, I think the other thing is just, being organized. You got to kind of keep everything as organized as possible and really stick to a schedule. So on the weekends, on Sundays, I go through my schedule for the week, and I kind of make sure and confirm all of the appointments that I have and ensure that, you know, I'm on track with what I have to do. And that way, every day that I wake up, I already know what I have to do the night before. Like, I'm already mentally prepared, and I can kind of shut down my day. And then when I get up, I hit the ground running because I've already got my agenda set for the day. So it's really helped me become, you know, disciplined in my daily activities where I don't have to think about much. Yeah. And then to answer your question about success, I would have to say that I think my definition is, you know, it's not necessarily attaining success, it's maintaining it. I think that I'm always open to learning and bettering myself. Wow. And that's, to me, a successful person because, you know, if people ask me, am I in competition with other agents? You know, this is a competitive industry. Sales is competitive, just its nature. Sales, it's like top sales agents, top this, top that. I'm not in competition with anyone but myself from yesterday. So as long as I'm doing better than what I did yesterday, then I feel like I'm winning. And that is always my goal, is to level up and to better myself. Continuing my education. I'm working on getting my broker's license right now. I read a lot of books. Personal development is very important if you want to maintain, I believe, a certain level of success or what other people deem as success. I think you always have to be working on yourself and always be open to learning. I never want to be the smartest person in the room. I want to be around other people that are where I want to be and that I can learn from. And I remain humble because I understand that I don't know everything. And so I think that that's also important.
I think you just broke down the entire process of success right there. I think that is it from the first thing you said to the end of it. It was like, that's the recipe. You know what I'm saying? It's a never-ending process. The personal development, the growth, the learning. You know what I'm saying? And the pursuit of that. And knowing that it's a lot of self-education involved. You know, as an entrepreneur, I always say there are no deadlines. So if you're not disciplined, it's not going to work out. You know, you create your own deadlines, you create your own schedule, you have to create your own system, processes, routines, and habits, you know, and they all have to align towards the betterment of your business and your overall success. So that constant pursuit of getting better is exactly what this podcast is for. You know, to help people really understand that everything they ever wanted starts with self. It's within you. You know, and I'm so proud that you've unlocked that. You know, and it's great to have social media because we can become inspired in a way that we couldn't 20, 30 years ago. You know, and I'm saying that because I didn't see a whole lot of role models and I didn't learn about them. You know, I didn't learn about the people that were taking these niches and running with them, and it was just the boundaries of success were so tight when I was young. There was only so few things I thought you could do to get up out the hood, so to speak. You know, and I'm sure there's a lot of folks out there like that. So to see you just break through barriers and not just that, but run multiple businesses within different industries and still raise a family and still be, you know, present in all you do is just inspiring, you know, because it shows that as long as you want something bad enough, as long as you have that organization and that drive and that true definition of success, you can really attain it. And it's not something that you have to wait for. I always say, just like you said, it can pass. Success can be a phase. You know, that's why I always say success is. Yeah. So I always say success is a lifestyle. You know, it's not that one moment in time where you made it. You know, those that think that they're looking for that making it point, man, if I made it or once I make it, like, okay, you already lost. if that's what you're thinking about. That's how I hear some of these youngsters when they talk about, you know, their art form and all that. And I just want to take them all and just tell them, like, bro, that's not the attitude. Damn, making it, man.
You always have to be ready to grow. Like, I think for me, what I've learned is to get real comfortable outside of my comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the way. Always be open to growing and to learning. And when it scares me, then I know, okay, this is the sweet spot. So now I have to push myself.
Mm-hmm.
And, people say, you need motivation, but motivation dissipates over time.
Yeah.
Right? You really have to, motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going.
Yeah.
So you really have to discipline yourself in order to attain any goal. Like that's whether you want to go and finish your degree in school, or if you want to go and get a certificate, or you want to go get a license somewhere. You have to discipline yourself to attain that specific goal. It's the same thing with success. Like there's a discipline. You really have to be a disciplined individual to maintain it. It's not, and it's like a self-discipline. It's not something that, people talk about accountability,
mm-hmm.
and I don't really believe in accountability. And I know that probably sounds crazy. In this industry, I hear it a lot. You need an accountability partner. You need to have accountability. But I don't think that that's true. I think that, let's just say you have an accountability partner, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you said that you're going to do X, Y, and Z Monday through Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And your accountability partner, so to speak, calls you to say, hey, did you do X, Y, and Z? They can't make you do anything. You have to decide within yourself whether or not you're going to hold yourself accountable to what you said you're going to do. No one else really does it for you. It's kind of a fallacy to think like, oh, well, someone else is holding you accountable. They can't hold you accountable. You hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
Because ultimately it's your decision. Because they could call you every week to see if you've done it. And you could say, no, I didn't do it. But there's nothing that they can do to make you do it. I think we hold ourselves accountable, and we put responsibility for our success, for our happiness off on other people. And it's no one's responsibility but our own to create the lives that we want. Whether that's happiness, whether that's success, whether that's goals that we want to set, we're responsible for that. We drive the narrative.
Yeah.
We have that ability to. And I think that a lot of times we don't realize how powerful we are as individuals. As individual beings, we have the ability to create any life that we want.
I got a question for you.
Situation, go ahead.
I got a question. On that note, what can you say to someone to unlock that? To unlock that, all that potential and that accountability, as you say, because just like you said, that it's only stopping self. Otherwise, like an accountability partner is nothing but somebody just to remind you. It's just a reminder. Yes. You can set your calendar in Google to set reminders. Just like you said, you really don't need an accountability partner. You got to want to do the work.
Right.
If you got someone to help you do the work and tell you what to do with the work, that's something else. But an accountability partner, like you said, it's not going to make you want to do it. So, otherwise, if you ask for an accountability partner, you already did some of the work. You're already on the right track. You took some action.
Exactly.
So, what are some magic words, or do you know of any that might activate some of that accountability in some folks?
I honestly think that I can only use myself as an example.
Yeah.
I think that you have to look at your life and assess, is this the life? Are you living the life that you want? Is this the life that you want? Is this the life that you've envisioned for yourself? And if it's not, realize that you have the ability to make the changes. It's really that simple. Once you decide, because I do believe we have to visualize the success first. We have to visualize the next move first before it physically manifests.
Yeah.
And so I think once you make the decision that your life is going to be different and that you want your life to be different, then you can begin to take the necessary steps and the necessary actions to create that life that you want. And remaining humble and asking for help. Like, asking for help is a sign of strength. It's okay to not know everything.
Mm-hmm.
You can get yourself aligned with people that are where you want to be, and just start picking their brain, asking questions. For me, it was, I would get with agents when I first started that were already producing at a level that I wanted to produce, and most of them were like brokers associates, or they've been licensed for over 20 years. And I would say, hey, can I take you for coffee? oh, you want to take me for coffee? Yeah, I just want to take you for coffee. I just want to ask you a few questions. And I'd have my questions written out, asking, what were some of the mistakes they made that they wish they hadn't? Mm-hmm. What are some tips and tricks that they wish someone would have told them when they first started out? And I really started to implement some of the things that I found that were good nuggets for me to take away. Because everybody's going to give you advice on how you should move, but not all that advice is necessarily good. So you kind of got to digest what is good and then spit out the rest, right? Yeah. And so that's what I did when I first started. I would link up with other professionals that were already operating where I wanted to be, and I would just pick their brain. Let's go for coffee. Let's go for lunch. And it worked.
Obviously. Because, like you said, you are the 2021 Woman of Achievement and Excellence Award winner. You're the 2021 Keller Williams Copper Award winner and the 2021 Keller Williams Mega Agent. A mega agent, you know that ain't mega rookie agent. I didn't see mega rookie agent on there. It was mega agent as well as the top producer award of January through August. Man, I swear those are incredible numbers. So what you're doing is working, and I was gonna ask you to leave our audience with some advice, but you just did. That is the recipe. No, seriously, man, to go out there and take that initiative. And you know what it is, what you didn't say, but you did, and all that you said is you overcame whatever fear you had. Even being on the show, if you don't like being on shows and interviews, if they make you nervous, it doesn't show. If you're scared to talk to people and sell things to people, it doesn't show. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a huge key to succeeding and to really succeeding in anything, because it takes confidence. And if your confidence isn't out there, even if you need a little bit of false confidence to manifest, that push to get you to really feeling good about yourself, man, use it, because it does take confidence. And that being said, man, I don't want to take up any more of your time, and I love all the information that you shared and all the game. So where can our audience get in touch with you or reach you for any of the services that they have, especially the real estate game?
Okay, so they can find me on social media. I'm at Soul by Letrice. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. Mm-hmm. I'm also on LinkedIn under the Langley Stone Group. And I'll be reached direct on my cell phone at 909-539-3668.
That is wonderful, and I want to thank you again. I appreciate everything you said, and I wish you much more success, because I know you're going to get it. You're going to break records, and you're going to show us all. And I hope you do, because it's so inspiring to watch. Seriously, and I'm not into real estate, but it's just success transcends. That energy transcends, and I feel it, and I'm inspired by it, and it makes me want to succeed more at all the things I do. Because I saw you and I knew you before you had any of that. So it's like I know what you come from, and I know the person you were, and it hasn't changed the person you were except make you a better version of it. And that's why we want to just help other people be successful, because I think in turn we all become better people, and it helps us all when we make others better, because we put more energy out there in the world. A lot of people are fed and happy. They're not bitter and stealing and all that other good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
you're absolutely correct.
Seriously. And that's why I say, even if you're greedy, there's reasons to give back. I really don't. I'm not the type to trip off people's agenda. I trip off results. If you're helping people, I don't care why. Right. Like some folks, they get mad at people who like to take selfies while they're feeding the homeless, while they're giving them something. And I say, man, more power to it, because I bet you that person taking that food don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a damn about being filmed. They don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. And I bet you without some of that recognition, people wouldn't do the good they do. Seriously. Mm-hmm. Without recognition, some people wouldn't do it. So I don't take that away for some folks. The only thing is, we have to learn to work with them to get what we're trying to make happen. That's how
Absolutely.
I feel. And we got to work together, because if we can't work together, man, none of this is going to work. None of this is going to work.
Right.
So,
you're 100% correct.
Anyway, I'd like to thank you again. I appreciate you, and I would hope that you can come back on our show sometime soon.
Absolutely. I would love to. Thank you so much for, asking me to come on the show. I am super excited about everything that you have to offer, and can't wait to see your program blow up. It's going to be amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and you have a good day.
All right, you too. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye. That was Letrice Barge, a wonderful friend and guest for today, and she has dropped some enormous jewels, man. Everything she said was advice. So run it back, apply it, if you're in sales, if you're in just as, whatever industry you're in, that's helpful. The attitude, the mindset, it transcends. Like I said, that energy transcends. Be positive, be giving. Anyway, I love y'all. Thank you guys for joining us. Check us out, lifeofaboss.net. Yeah, and remember, success is a lifestyle.
Did anything stand out to you in today's show? If so, let us know. Your questions, comments, and concerns are important to Jason, as he is determined to always deliver to you only the most impactful information and content. Until next time, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and leave a review whenever possible. You may visit lifeofaboss.net for more episodes and great resources to help you become the absolute boss that you were meant to be. You can also follow Jason on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Hardin. Thank you. And to never forget that success is a lifestyle.